Now that my prints are complete, I'm ready to illuminate one of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose one. For your illumination, you can use anything that you have on hand for color. I happen to have this gold paint, which I thought would be really fun to use. You could use watercolor, you could use colored pencils, markers, you could use crayons, you could really use anything, chalk, anything at all to illuminate and add some color to your letter is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pour out a little bit of this paint. Now tempera paint is actually a little bit thin, so I want to be careful and paint it on probably a little bit thicker than I normally would. So for my illuminated letter here, I'm going to focus on the D, and I think I'm gonna illuminate the inside of the daisies because I think that that would look really great. So I'm going to carefully layer my gold paint, painting within the lines to illuminate, just like the manuscripts that we saw. So carefully illuminating, and I might go over it with a second coat after the first coat dries. Now, the ink that we use is water soluble. So that means it might smudge a little bit when we put something wet on top of it. So you can see I'm very gently painting this on, trying to avoid smudging the ink. Now where my letter is a little bit more challenging because there is some ink residue in these areas. But where my flower is, it'll be much easier. I'm just gonna kind of lay it down gently and try to fill without blurring. So kind of gently painting it, carefully moving along. I'll continue to do this until I've completed the D. Now that I've illuminated my D, I'm gonna go ahead and switch to a smaller brush and carefully paint the centers of my daisies. So adding a little extra illumination in those areas to highlight the gold that I chose and to unify the design. So carefully painting, because this paint is a little bit on the thinner side, like I said, it's a tempera paint, so it's much thinner than an acrylic. After it dries, I might go ahead and give it an extra coat to make it really pop. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the daisy centers I have right here. Carefully painting just the middles where I had carved out from my foam print. And now my letter D is illuminated and I'm really happy with it.